Hello and welcome. This video is going to be a thrift with me, and that is because I'm in Gloucester, and whenever I'm up in Gloucester, it's normally to visit my parents because this is the county that I grew up in. And I just had a lovely lunch with them, and in order to make the most of my day, I am popping in to the DAV, which is up at the courthouse area. I have pulled some amazing things out of this DAV, including a Choose Your Own Adventure book that I sold for $50, and I paid 50 cents for it. So I'm hoping for similar today, and I can actually take you with me because I have the new Insta360 Go 3, and I can actually take you guys with me very easily because I bought a new camera. Not the one you're currently watching me on right now, but a new little portable thing, and we get to test it out today. So hopefully this will have been a good investment, and let's see what we can find.
So this is legit the first time I used the camera. If you guys watched my video that I did with Victoria, that was the second time I used the camera, and I figured out how to not have this awful shaky fisheye thing that's going on right now.
Sorry?
So I like hyped it up, and then of course there was user error because it's a new piece of technology, and despite me being online since 2015, I'm not tech savvy. So this is the DAV in Gloucester. It's pretty tight inside. Pretty much every DAV that I've been into, it's enough for two people to touch each other in the aisles, and that's about it. Like if someone's got a cart, you're not getting past them. So I decided to hit up the dresses first, and then I got distracted because I was like, you know what? I'm going to break my rule and get a buggy before I get started because I've always had good luck in the store. So I was kind of like manifesting that for myself. And here we are. You can see here that like those two people standing there, I'm going to have to ask them to move in order to get past them. But we're going to go through the dresses now. And I'm going to adjust the camera because I'm self-conscious. And that's also part of why I decided to get this one. The Insta360 Go is actually like super small. I mean, it is half the size of an AirPods case when it's untethered from the base, which has a flip out screen. This is not a tech review, but I am very happy with this $500 piece of equipment that I have purchased for myself and my business. So I'm just flipping through. There is a lot of Massimo. There's a lot of Target. I think this was Chico's, but it wasn't the Traveler's line, so I passed on it. This is Angie, which is a department store brand. I'm just seeing if this is Style & Co. Not worth it. I also fixed the angle at some point so you can see what I'm seeing. Again, this is my first attempt at trying to film with this camera, so please forgive the camera angle. But I actually rarely look through dresses because despite the fact that I now have Karen, I'm not a big fan about listing dresses, just like I'm still not a big fan about pants. It's a lot more fiddly. That disco ball dress might have been good for, you know, the Renaissance tour right now, but this video is like a couple months in the making because I'm not really good at listing my hauls as soon as I get them, but you know, I think that's an every reseller problem. I thought about this one, but I decided to pass. I just thought it was kind of cute. There's White House Spot Market. This is new with tags, but even new with tags, I decided to go ahead and pass on that. This is a Chico's piece. It's not Chico's Travelers. I looked at it, but I decided since it wasn't Travelers, I would go ahead and pass on it. Nice little sequin dress. I decided to just leave that behind. I'm not a big fan of like touching sequins. They're really pretty on a dress. I like looking at them, but I don't like the feel of little tiny sharp stabby pieces of plastic. That's a me problem. A pair of overalls. I probably would have picked them up if they were my size, but they weren't. And I would have picked them up for me. It's so hard to find overalls that fit me. This is a denim piece, but it's Forever 21, so I left that behind. That's a Nike piece. And then it had some other random dress attached to it. I think somebody just put it back where they could. There was no hanger for it. I do try to fix clothing when I can, just to be nice. Ooh, look at this dress. This dress is beautiful. I saw embroidery and I was like, what is this? And I was like, you have got to be kidding. I was like, okay, let me see. It's like acetate and rayon. All right. But then I found the tag, and it is a Gunny Sacks Jessica McClintock Millennium 2000 collection. So this is a actual Y2K dress. It's made for the year 2000. And I was like, that is so going in my cart. I cannot believe I found that. That's amazing. Nice little gingham piece. I actually thought about putting this in my cart, and I think I actually go put it in my cart, but I ended up putting it out of my cart because when I did the final review of the clothing, this had a hole in it, and it wasn't a hole that I could easily fix, so I actually ended up putting that back. Even at $2, I decided to pass on a project. Got some more stuff here. That is like Walmart. This, I know what it is, but I can't say what it is without YouTube being mad at me. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, you should be able to read what it says there. That's NLBM. So I go ahead and put it in my cart. We're going to be good. And I resume my thrifting. That's apartment 9, which is Target. I'm checking to make sure you guys are seen. That's me looking at the dock to make sure the camera is good. And then immediately knock the camera up so you just see my masked face now in the top and not the actual garments. Because why? Why would you want to look at the garments? Of course you would just want to look at the bottom half of my face that you can't even see because I'm wearing a mask. For those of you that are wondering, why are you wearing a mask, Bob? I'm immunocompromised. I am disabled, so I wear a mask. You do you. This is me. Found a ModCloth dress. Absolutely beautiful. Saw that's also in my size, so I'm hoping this would fit me. Spoiler alert, it does not. Because, of course, I can't have nice things. I thought this was pretty. I like the little flutter sleeves for $5. I actually really like that. It's a nice wrap dress, but I went ahead and left it behind because it was like too thin of a material. I was looking for me. If you don't know, Ramwi is a fast fashion brand, kind of like AliExpress and Wish and Yes Style. This is a really good look at my hand. Look at those lines on my hand. Amazing. So even new tags, it's not worth picking up. I couldn't find a tag on that one, and it also felt like cheap cloth, so I left it behind. I'm not opposed to picking up unbranded items like handmade vintage items. Pick them up and sell them all the time. This Jessica Howard dress was very Barbiecore. I almost thought it was Lily Pulitzer at first. It's also nicely lined. But I went ahead and decided to leave that behind because I found a stain on the bottom of it, but I'm not going to show you because how dare I show you the reason I didn't pick up this dress. And we continue at a lot of fast fashion brands here, and like I said, Walmart and Target, but y'all have been thrifting before. You know what it's like. It's a lot of the same, and then you just hope for a couple of good brands as you go through the rack. This is not something to pick up, but it felt soft. This Ralph Lauren, but they wanted $15 for it. It was new with tags, which is why they wanted $15 for it, but it was just polyester, so I left it behind. If it was something like silk, I might have picked it up even at $15 because it was a cute style. And I've had success selling new with tags Ralph Lauren before. Another pretty sequin dress. Again, if that's something you would have picked up, awesome for you, but if I don't have to touch it, I don't want to touch it. Again, this is me fixing items because I used to work retail, and so, you know, trying to put that karma back out in the world. And you got the LuLaRoe. Has anybody else noticed that you're starting to slowly see less and less LuLaRoe? Oh, what do we find? It's Athleta. It's gray. It's in my size. It's $7. I'm gonna hope that fits me because That is totally my jam. We have, again, vintage pieces, a lot of polyester. And we have our second Athleta dress. This one is same size in rose color. So put that in there. So that's great for me because that means if the gray one fits, then I can keep one and sell one. Kind of offset the cost there, which is part of my favorite thing about thrifting. I love thrifting. You basically get stuff for yourself and it doesn't cost anything. This is a vintage piece that I thought about getting. It is missing its back tie though, so I decided to just leave it behind. I've sold plenty of stuff though without ties before, but I would rather not. Also, this is the first rack, so there might be other goodies. I'm trying to be a little bit more selective because I honestly don't need to be thrifting. I have so much in my death pile right now. It is not funny. But, you know, when you get the urge to thrift, you gotta thrift. There's a lot going on here. I cannot see that. I'm so sorry, and I don't remember what it is. Because, again, this was months ago. Literal months ago. It's like in July, I think. Again, we got Barbie core going on here. So I'm trying to check the brand here. The insert is still present, which is not normal for these mesh dresses. Those normally separate from the dress. But after checking comps, I decided to leave it behind. And we're just slowly going through here. We got an Eliza J piece. Shout out my girl Victoria there at Super Geek. This is brand new with tags. It is a wrap dress, and it is size 15. Well, it's a faux wrap dress because you guys can see the zipper. When I check comps for these, it wasn't worth picking up at 15. This is me thinking about it real hard. If I'm going to keep it or leave it. Because, I mean, there were some good comps, but I couldn't find this exact dress. I also know it was new with tags, but I've already mentioned that I don't like listing dresses. So I was like, you know what? No, I'm just going to leave it behind because $15 is a lot for a gamble, especially on an item that is probably going to languish in your death pile, which is what would have happened to it for me. It would have made this video come out even later. This print was wild. I thought it was a Liberty of London print at first because of just how vibrant it was, but it's not. It's a J. Jill piece. It's really cute J. Jill piece, but they wanted too much for it. It's a duck piece, Donald Duck. I couldn't remember Donald Duck. My brain's not there right now. And then we have a second one. This one's new with tags. It is the same size. And because it is new with tags, it's going to go with the other one. So that's cool. I found 2 Athleta pieces. And then I found 2 NLBM pieces as well. This is me struggling to put this hanger on. Gentle. There we go. Okay. I did wave the magic hands and hope that would help. I think this is a robe. It is a robe. Sometimes I have a difficulty telling if it's a robe or a wrap dress, but that is a robe. That was kind of pretty. A little bit further down, and I found a Nike dress. Like, that's different. I don't think I've seen a Nike dress before, and it is a 1X, not an XL, so I'm gonna go look it up real quick. There doesn't appear to be like really any comps for it, but I figured I'd give it a try, see how it does. I mean, Nike normally sells pretty quickly for me. They didn't want a whole lot for it. I did have to check to make sure it was real. So I'm in here looking for the barcode, and there's the Nike tag that tells me this is an actual Nike item. So this actually goes into my cart. You can see I'm pointing out why someone donated it, and it's because it had some stains that I had to get out. But they all came out except for some I will mention later on.
Oh, this is cute.
I literally just said this is cute. This is a Bowden dress. And it's got pockets. We love pockets. And we love Bowden here. And it's a size 16, which I've never found a Bowden in a size larger than a US 10. So that's awesome. I think maybe I found 112 once, but it's rare for me to find anything other than a small and medium. Pretty sequins again. It's another dress. They're all dresses. What am I talking about? See, this voiceover part is hard. But I figured you guys don't want to listen to just the screeching of the hangers. Or maybe you do. Maybe this is like an ASMR thing for y'all. I don't know. This top's kind of cute. The purple one, not the other one. But I didn't feel like dealing with it because it's a 2-piece set and I just like the top. I didn't like the dress part that went with it. All right, so here is some glass. There's some glass, guys. That little otagiri vase there I bought and sold before, but I think they want, this is threshold. I think this vase right here is one that I've sold, I think twice, but they wanted about the amount that I could get for it if I resold it on eBay, so I left it. More glass. I found some Libby wheat glasses from here once, which was really nice. I know some things about glass, but there are some people that are way more knowledgeable about glass than I am, like, you know, Tim from Over the Years and Sony from Sony Las Vegas and my friend Victoria from Super Geek. They're much more knowledgeable about glass than I am, but I still like to look at the pretty shiny things. Here we have a decanter. Both of these are just glass. They're not crystal. If they were crystal, I would have picked them up. And then probably have the boy put them in his own collection because he has, that's creepy. Would you like some snacks out of Santa's face, children? Yes, please, Mommy. I would love some snacks. Oh, this was pretty. Very late 70s, early 80s with the colors and the shape and the pattern. There's a lady checking out the Tupperware. Hello, lady. And then I'm going to go back to the jackets here, see if I find anything. And an Arizona thing. There's some more Nike. I was checking to see if that was vintage Nike. It is not. And we have a new tags piece. They want $10 for it. So that's going to stay. I thought about it, though. Go through all the jackets and the hoodies because it's going to be cold before we know it. Isn't that the truth? Especially since, you know, it took 2 months for this video to come out. It's definitely going to be cold before you know it. But I shop all seasons all the time. Again, because, you know, who knows when I'm actually going to get this stuff listed. This is me. Like, sometimes I don't even bother moving the whole garment. I'll just, like, stuff my little tiny fingers in there to check to see if I can see the tag. And then if I don't see anything, then I just move on. But hooray! We did it! We went through a whole row. This is some 70s Tupperware. That green bowl right there, my mom, I had lunch with my parents. My mom used this exact bowl, and I thought about getting it for myself, for memories, but I was like, I'm just going to end up with my mom's green bowl, so I don't need my own green bowl. So I left it there. Also didn't have its top, but I don't think my mom still has her top either. So, I think those are long gone. That's an interesting little dish. This is an ashtray. Some people mistakenly put these as like a bed warmer, but actually like your butler or caterer would come around holding this and passing it around for, you know, people at a dinner party to put their ashes in. That's what it is. It's an ashtray. If I had a booth, I would probably sell that, but it wasn't worth it for the shipping and the hassle and stuff. These were very cute. I did look these up. They weren't worth reselling for me. Also, I have enough dishware. This is pretty. I had hoped these corral plates would have been worth more, but they are not. I also have a ton of dishware that I'm still trying to like sell through, so I decided I'm not going to do that right now. And here is a fat stack of books that I picked up. These either sold already on eBay or they have sold on Whatnot, because that is where they go first. Everything goes up for sale for books on Whatnot. If it is genre fiction like fantasy, science fiction, or horror, on Whatnot first, and then if it doesn't sell there, then it goes on my eBay. That's just how I've decided to do books, and it has worked out really well for me. These are children's. If they weren't children's, I would have picked them up. They're just schoolgirl kilts, but they were little girls, so size 14. So I left those behind, but that's something I would definitely pick up. I bought and sold so many vintage plaid skirts for women over my years. That's a pretty dress. This is me checking to make sure that I'm no longer looking at my face, and this is me showing you this cool bench that has a game board built into it, which I thought was really neat. I'm going over into the men's section, just glumping along. I always try to look at the linens to see if there's anything really cool. This would have been worth picking up if they hadn't have marked it so high. It was heavily stained, so I would have required to do a lot of stain treatment for it. But there were 2 here. You can see that. Those would have been worth picking up, but they wanted too much for it, and I would have had to done too much work in order to fix them. And we're gonna go in the men's pants. Men's pants. You know, I found some 560s here before. Normally, whenever I go in the men's section, it's very picked over here. There are some vintage hounds. There's actually a vintage t-shirt bro here when I was here. That's not the dude, but there was one here. So the men's section here in Gloucester is always super picked over, but I normally at least come away with 1 or 2 things. These are a custom-made pair of pants. It took me a while to find who make them, and then, specially ordered. So this was made to order specifically for some person. And that was all I could find on them. So they're cool pants. They would have been like really cool golf pants, but I don't know the brand. I don't know the company they were specially ordered from. So I just left them behind. So almost down to the end of this row. And you can see here I have a nice pair of Levi's. It does have a button fly. I've talked about on this channel how well this sells for me. Black denim didn't have a button fly, but I was trying to check to see if these were vintage or not. I don't really sell Levi's outside of vintage Levi's just because that is where I've had the best luck. And I want stuff to leave my house, not go into my house. I'm fixing it because, again, I want to be the change I want to see in the world. I'm just checking and fiddling with these because these are a pair of 501s to see if they're vintage. They are not. And since it's modern, it stays. And then we're going to go over here and go through all of these shirts. And then we will be done. But my camera overheated and cut out shortly after this, so we're just going to get to the haul portion of this video. Yay! Hello and welcome to the haul portion of the video. The first thing I'm going to share with you is this Nike dress. This is a 1X, which I learned is different from an XL from y'all. You told me that 1X is the start of plus size versus an XL is still considered a straight size. So those of you that share that with me, thank you very much. This is Nike. It's a Nike Air dress. It is a mock neck with long sleeves, long raglan sleeves, and it's about like a knee length. I guess it just also depends on how tall you are. This does have 3 little tiny like pin spots on one sleeve, which I noted in the listing, but that was the only flaw that I could not get out because this thing also had grease stains, which I'm guessing is why it was donated, but I was able to get all of those out. I just couldn't get the ink out. So there is that. I also found a pair of Judy Blue jeans. I feel like I need to not pick up any Judy Blue more jeans unless they are in current style. I thought that the boyfriend fit would be okay, but it seems as though flare legs and straight legs only, wide legs only. So this is the boyfriend fit. I have now a size 5 and a size 3, so in the same style pretty much. That hasn't sold yet, but again, I just recently listed these, so it's not this jean's fair fault. I don't know. I know the Judy Blue has really good sell-through rate. I'm guessing it's just, you know, the skinnies and the boyfriend fits aren't part of that sell-through rate. But there's that. I've learned my lesson. I'll probably be more selective going forward about Judy Blue. This is a brand I know about from Alicia over at Murray's Life. It's Red Ape. She normally gets the loud, super embroidered shorts, but I did find a pair of pants, and it's my first time finding the brand. So it's a pair of size 36 32s. They are distressed, but they are supposed to be. That is factory distressing there with the patching. It has like some kind of colored patch behind it. It's like a black patch to go along with the black color block pockets here as well. So I picked this up. If you can get this super embroidered like baggy shorts, those can go really well for like $30 to $50. This is a pair of pants that's kind of plain. This is plain for this brand. So I'm asking for about $30 for those, but that's really cool to find them for the first time. I also picked up a pair of shoes. This is a pair of Vionics. These are the 44 Amber sandals. And I know we're getting out of the season, but these were very inexpensive and the only pair of shoes I could find. And I've had really good luck selling Vionics as long as I price them compatibly, and they're a size 9, which is great. So I decided to pick those up. And the next item is Bowden. I've talked about buying and selling Bowden multiple times here on the channel. This is a vintage inspired brand, a UK brand, and this is a size US 16, a UK size 20. So a nice size that I rarely find in Bowden. Normally I find smalls and mediums. Cute little like floral ice cream sundae topping. I don't really know. In the listing I found the exact name of the dress, so that made it a lot easier for me to list because I just did a Google image shirt. I just did a Google image shirt. Why? I did a Google image shirt. Why? In order to find the exact name for the dress, I went to Google and did a image search and it came right up, so that was super helpful, and I listed that for, you know, $25. This is Rafter C. My camera overheated and cut out when I got to the men's stuff, so I'm sorry you couldn't see me thrifting any of the men's clothes. But this is Rafter C. You guys know I love buying and selling pearl snaps. These are snaps. They're not technically like pearl snaps because it's got a hole there. It's just a stylized shirt. It's got this crazy like geometric print, but it's a decent Western wear brand, and the crazier the pattern, the faster the sell is for that. Now, this is a dress that I got very excited about when I saw that this was a Jessica McClintock Gunny Sacks dress. This is actually their Millennium collection, which came out in the year 2000. So with Y2K being what it is now, I actually looked up this exact dress by, again, doing the Google thing. I saw it listed on eBay for $100, and then I saw it listed on Poshmark for $125. So I listed mine for $100 on eBay, and I think my pictures are better. So we will see how this turns out, but I've only found Jessica McClintock for Gunny Sacks a few times, and the fact that this is basically what's on trend right now, very excited about that dress. Speaking of vintage dresses, this is a cute little 90s number. This is actually a houndstooth dress, but it has these little embroidered flower details, and this is brown and cream, and it is Lois Snyder Danny Mac, so it's a size medium. It's very cute. I could totally see someone wearing like some space buns and some chunky platforms, and this dress would be absolutely adorable on them. Very, very Delia's coded from the 90s, I feel like. So really cute dress, super happy. And I have really good luck selling those dresses for like the $25 range because I'm not doing the styling. I'm sure if I decided to put that on and get some chunky heels and put my hair in space buns and take like a, you know, Steve Madden style photo from the 90s for that dress, I could totally get like, you know, $60, $75 on Depop, but do I have the energy for that? Absolutely not. So I'm gonna list it for what I listed it for. I was so excited to find not one, but two pairs of brand new with tags
Torrid activewear pants. These are a size 5, which is a plus size 28. And these are so soft. Like, if I found these pants in, I think I'm either a 0 or 00 in Torrid. If these fit me, I probably would have kept them, because these are like the softest pants, and they look super cute on the model in the stock photo for them. Absolutely lovely wide leg activewear trousers and super soft material. Love that. To be able to find them, I rarely find Torrid in my area not marked up, and I rarely find Torrid in the larger sizes at a reasonable price, so I can offer it as well. And then the fact that they're new with tags in, you know, purple. People love purple, and blue. Super excited about those. And then I found 2 dresses. I found one new with tags, and then I found one not new with tags. So these are a junior size large, which is a women's size small, and they are made by Headgear, and these are not MLB patches. These are from the museum in Kansas City, Maryland. I don't know if that's gonna, so that's what these are. I'm perfectly happy to sell these. It's an important part of American history, despite the fact that it technically should have never existed, because these people should have been able to play with Major League Baseball overall. It shouldn't have required Jackie Robinson to go through all the hell that man went through in order for them to be able to play with everyone else. But this is an important part of American history, and I pick those up to resell. All right, next piece is just like Bowden. It's a vintage inspired brand. It's ModCloth. Shout out to my lovely friend Victoria over at Super Geeked. She has great luck reselling this brand. I tried this on because it's my size. It's a size medium, and it fits, but it's not a good fit. If you are a tall lady, you understand. So this is a fit and flare dress, so it's meant to fit up here in the bodice and then flare out at your hip. Unfortunately, where my natural hip is, it's about 3 inches lower than where this flares out. So this is made for someone who's 5'6". The average woman is 5'6". So that's what most straight size clothing brands model their clothing off of, is a 5'6" woman. And so unfortunately, because I'm 5'9", it's a little bit not correct. Absolutely gorgeous dress. Looks amazing on Karen. Gorgeous on Karen. Beautiful dress. I'm sad that this did not fit me, or it did, but it didn't fit the way that I would be comfortable wearing it. But I'm glad to have found ModCloth, and super surprised I found ModCloth in Gloucester. Actually, I'm super surprised I found the baseball dresses in Gloucester. If you know the history of Gloucester, you would understand. But yeah. I'm also sad that these don't fit, or I should say, they're bodycon dresses, and I don't like the way that they felt on me. They're too tight because they're bodycon dresses, but they are an Athleta size medium, and it's in pink. And then I also found it in gray with the stripes. I'm really sad that the gray one didn't fit me, because this is totally my jam. They do fit, like I said. I just didn't like the way it looked on me. So these are going to go on to a new home. I did buy these because I wanted them. Well, I didn't want the pink one. I figured I would be able to sell the pink one and keep the gray one, but I'm just going to sell both of them because I didn't like the way they fit on me. Again, yay. So if you're new to my channel, I do a 1 in, 1 out policy. I have a rotating reseller closet. So if I decide to keep something for myself from the thrift store, unless I'm like expressly going to the thrift store to find something because something broke, or I don't want to repair something, or I have a need, I have to substitute something out of my closet. So I am selling these Under Armour shorts because I found a pair of Marimekko x Target collaboration that fit me like a dream, super comfy and super cute. I will put a picture over here of the shorts I picked up. So this is like a pair of $10 shorts versus a pair of $25 shorts, but it's still, I'm not keeping these shorts anymore because I'm keeping the other ones. It technically counts. So I'm selling those shorts, but those came out of my own personal closet. They were technically thrifted too, so you know, the circle of life of a reseller. Surprisingly, I also found 2 pieces of Eileen Fisher here at this thrift store. This is a beautiful waterfall open front cardigan from Eileen Fisher. It is a linen blend. You know I love linen. It's white, and again, it's always a magic thing when you find white at the thrift store. But this is just absolutely lovely. Look, it's so soft and lightweight, perfect for, like, you know, if you're in the South and you're going into office and the air condition is just too much. But because it's linen, if you accidentally wear this out and don't take it off before you got to your car, you're not gonna die. This is very much a Southern lady type of cardigan, but it's absolutely lovely. Again, super soft, it's linen, very lightweight. Really beautiful piece, and it is a size medium. You can see it fits me really well. If it wasn't for the fact that white is the bane of my existence as a messy person and as someone who doesn't have feeling in their hands, so they drop stuff a lot, I would totally keep this. Very cute. There's that one, and then this one is a little bit more sparkly. This is a size large, and it's an open knit 3/4 length sleeve cardigan, and it's very sparkly, giving us Renaissance era with, you know, the whole disco ball theme going on. But it is a 3/4 length sleeve sweater, a little bit of a cropped. It is a size large, very open knit. Again, just something to throw on when you're in the office so you're not freezing to death in the air conditioner. But Eileen Fisher as well. I don't think I've seen too many Eileen Fisher pieces that have sequins in them, but I thought this was great. And this is made out of Italian yarn that is 90% cotton, 10% polyester. I'm guessing the polyester is like the sequins. So there is that. And then speaking of linen, we have Christian Serrano, but this is not Christian Serrano for Payless. This is Christian Serrano. Gotta remember when that boy was on Project One Way for the first time. Jeez. It's 100% linen. This is the size medium. This is very log and look, very relaxed. It's very relaxed. So I did try this on. I did not like the way it fit me. It was like really tight up here, but really loose everywhere else. I don't know how to describe it, but as someone who has like muscles, that's normal. So I've liked this. It didn't work for me, but it will work for somebody else. And of course, I'm not going to leave the store without some vintage. I mean, technically I've already shown you vintage, but here's some more vintage. This is late 70s, early 80s. The brand is Adolfo, but this is a size large, and it is a lamb's wool acrylic blend with an argyle mock neck. Again, very late 70s, early 80s menswear piece. I saw this and had to save it from going into a landfill. And I also managed to find Wild Fox. This is super oversized. So this is a size small. And I've told you all before that I'm like a medium, but it depends on the size of the sleeve. Like, I'm 5'9", I weigh 160 pounds. And this is a size small from Wild Fox, and it's por favor with the wine glass. So it's like, please pour, that kind of deal. Look how baggy this thing is on me. It's a small. So it's a slouchy, comfy, oversized sweatshirt, crew neck. Very cute. So it's got the raglan sleeves here. So that's why it fits me super well, is because I'm not having to hulk out of it, even though it's a size small. But yeah, it's my first time finding Wild Fox out in the wild. Wild Fox in the wild. So that was very exciting for me. And then, you know, it was wine based, and I am definitely a wine person. So that made me happy. That might go in my closet until it sells. We have Duluth. This is a size large. This is one of their no tug Henley sleeveless tanks. So it's slightly longer than a regular tank top. so that way you could tuck it into your shirt and don't have to worry about it being tugged out. It's a size large. It's a little bit too big for me. And then we have Tahari. We have a green Tahari linen piece, and while it fit here, it didn't fit in the sleeves, unfortunately. It is a size small, and my arms they were not having it. Fit everywhere else on my body, but the sleeves, it was not having it. So this beautiful green V-neck t-shirt, it's 100% linen, Tahari, is gonna have to go into a new home. The last piece I have to share with you is this cool piece. Yes, I found cool. And it is a size medium, and it is also a V-neck Henley. It's a mixed media, so this is a jersey fabric, and this is more of a regular straight cotton. But a women's piece of cool, size medium, and this nice blue color. It's got the cool on the back. But yeah, that is my haul from Thrifting in Gloucester, and I'm super excited for everything that I found. I couldn't believe the kind of things that I was able to find. But I was really happy that I stopped in and that my parents got to see my Bronco for the first time. And yeah, it was a good day. So I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye. Bye.